Respected audience, this is Noshab Ali Khan, attorney at law, adjunct faculty law. In part one of Receipt Pronunciation Guide, we have discussed the reason being the members of legal fraternity or being professionals, whether serving as judges, prosecutors, law officers, or lawyers. We need to understand that in common law, the key importance is associated with precedents, the rulings, the citations of the court. We, being non-native speakers, are at times not sure about the pronunciation of different words or the terms used. Now, the only possible way to acquire the right accent or pronunciation of a certain term is based on received pronunciation. And for that purpose, we need to make ourselves well versed with the sounds of the symbols used. So far, in part one and part second, we have discussed the keywords, we have discussed the sounds of the symbols, and we got to know that there are 26 letters in English alphabet, but there are 49 symbols to represent those sounds which are important to be, in fact, made are part and parcel in order to develop the right pronunciation or in order to pronounce words in received pronunciation. Now, I have another key reason to share that why the knowledge of these sounds and symbols can play a vital role to enable us to pronounce these entries in an accurate manner. Let's have the example of letter number 7 of English alphabet. That is G, occurs in good, God, etc. Now, this letter number 7 of English alphabet is having two sounds. One is G, occurs in good and dog, and second is J, occurs in joy and bridge. Now, let's say in the word stage, S-T-A-G-E, this letter number 7 of English alphabet is pronounced as J, which occurs in joy and bridge. And the sound prior to the sound J is A, occurs in say, main, and wait. So with all conformity, we can pronounce this as stage. Now, the next keyword is S-T-A-G, pronounced as stag. And problem comes when we move on to more complex words. And that is the same case with the words, terms used in precedents. For example, this complex word, Gigantic, it has the letter G, letter number 7 of English alphabet. That letter appears twice in the word Gigantic. Now, since I know for sure the sounds of the symbols used in this transcription, the first symbol represent the first G, letter number 7 of English alphabet, is J, occurs in joy and bridge. The next symbol is I, occurs in dive, cry, and mind. So I'm sure so far this is jai. Now, this was the first syllable, the first part of the very word jai. Now, the second g or g, letter number 7, is pronounced like g. So it is gigantic, gigantic, gigantic. So this is how, for all certainty, I can pronounce this complex word having 3 syllables as gigantic, something huge, something big. Likewise, engender is the next word, and then egalitarian is the last word given in this serial. So basically, in complex words, the knowledge of the symbols is of key importance, which can help us to pronounce the words, entries used in the dictionary in an accurate manner. Now, let me take you to the Google default dictionary. Our source for learning of these symbols, their sounds, the received pronunciation is the most authentic source of this era, that is the Google default dictionary, which is the combination of dictionaries. Their basic reliance is on Oxford language dictionaries. And on the basis of this, in fact, they have prepared such a gigantic volume of words which can really fulfill the needs of all professionals. Now, this dictionary not only pronounces this entry, but also provides the transcription. Now, this part, which is underneath the word gigantic, is the transcription, is the pronunciation of the very word given above. Now, this is gigantic, gigantic. And if you assimilate this with the guide where I have provided this example, that the very letter number 7 of English alphabet, which falls in stag, stage, same falls in gigantic, but having in one syllable the letter number 7 of English alphabet, G, is pronounced like J, but in the second syllable, it is pronounced like G. So this is the same transcription we have just been through from the Google default dictionary, and the whole guide actually, it is based on Google default dictionary. So let's conclude this third part of mastering received pronunciation guide. And in the fourth part, which is going to be the last part, we will discuss directly the legal terms which are based on the learning of part 1, part 2, and part 3. With these words, I once again emphasize that at your own, please go through the keywords, the symbols, the sounds, and please bear in mind that we have 26 letters of English alphabet, but there are more than, for more than the letters, there are symbols to represent those letters. As I quoted an example earlier, that there are just 5 letters, vowel letters, and these vowels are in fact represented by 24 symbols. And the apt example for this is Arabic language, where the letter number one, alif, has 4 phonetic sounds. Same is the case with English language. So keep practicing this and looking forward to see you in the next session. Have a blessed day. Thank you for the patient hearing.